So now we are going to plot a graph with k on the vertical axis and t on the horizontal axis. So we are giving the for the value of k, sine I plus sine r, in which we've calculated 0.71, 94, 1.18, and so on and so forth. Then we are also giving the value of t to be m divided by r, in which we've achieved 0.30 to 0.60. So the next thing for us to do is to create a table for our plotted value. So we are going to create a table in such a way that the table is going to be easy for us. We are going to plot a values. Now the table will be in standard form and as well as a whole number. So we are going to shift the point in the decimals we are having for the value of k. So we are going to shift the point wise. So for 0.71, 1, 2. So we shift it twice. So we are going to have 71 times 10 raised to the power minus 2 because we shifted the point twice. Similarly for 0.94, 1, 2. So we shifted it twice, which is 94. Then 1.18, 1, 2. So we have 118. Then we have 136 and 151. So we've achieved the value for k. Now similarly for t value, we are going to do the same thing. We have 0.30. So we are going to shift the point twice in order to have 30. 1, 2. So we are going to have 30 times 10 to the power minus 2. Then we have 37, 47, 54, and 60. That's good. So now, since we achieve our values, the next thing for us to do is to plot our values on the graph book. Now, as you can see, we have on the left on the screen the plotted values, and on our right we have the graph book. So the next thing for us to do is to choose a scale. So these scales will be very, very important and useful for us. So our k will be on the vertical axis and our t will be on the horizontal axis. So let's choose our scale now to let's choose our scale for the value. So for the t axis now, for the k axis, 2 centimeter will be representing 20 times 10 to the power minus 2 units on k axis. Similarly on our t axis, so let's place it first: 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and so on and so forth. So that's our values for our k axis. That means 2 centimeters representing 20 units. So on our t axis, 2 centimeters representing 10 units. 10 units. So we are going to have 10, 20, 30, 40, and so on and so forth. So those are the values we have for k and t. So the next thing for us to do is that for the k axis, we have 71 and 30. We have 71 and 30. So note that for the k axis, one full box is 20. One full box is 20. So when we divide the 20 by 10, so we have one small box. So one small box will be 2 now on the k axis. Similarly on the t axis, one full box is 10. So when we divide it by 10, we are going to have one small box on the t axis will be 1. So one small box on the t axis will be 1. So this should guide us to plot the values. So let's plot the values now on k. So on our k, we have 71, which will fall in between 60 and 80. So we are going to shift, we count it 2 units, 2 centimeter units. So it will fall between 60 and 80. So we locate our 71. So we trace this to our t, which is 30. So we make a dotted line there. Then the next value will be 94 and 37. So our t is 37. We fall between 30 and 40. So we count 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 37. So 94 will fall between 80 and 100. So we make our dotted line. We count it twice. Don't forget, one small box will be 2 on k axis. Then for 47 on the t axis, we trace it to 118 on the k axis. So 118 will fall in between 120 and 140. 120 and 140. Sorry, 100 and 120. 100 and 120. So the next value will be 54 and 136. So with 54 will fall between 50 and 60. Then 136 will fall between 140 and 160. And the last value will be 60. Our t is 60, then it's going to fall on the 151. That is in between 140 and 160. So we count. Now we've achieved our dotted line and our values. Then we draw a straight line by using our ruler. So we are going to use a ruler to draw our dotted line. By drawing our dotted line, let's look at the next question we have. So we have to determine the slope S for the graph. Now to determine the slope, we are going to draw a horizontal line, then a vertical line that will touch the straight line that we draw so far. Then we are going to assign it to the variables A, B, and C. So the formula for calculating the slope will be change in BC divided by change in AB. Change in BC divided by change in AB. Then our slope will now be equal to, now we are going to make a dotted line on C, then we trace it to our K values, which will fall in the middle, which is 150. So 150 minus, we do the same thing to our A as well. We make a dotted line to the center of the, we trace it to K, then we find the value should be 90, then that is times 10 to the power minus 2. Now in change in AB now, so we are going to change in AB, then we trace it to 60. B is equal to 60, while our A will be what? So 60 minus, so we fall between 30 and 40, so it will be 36. So minus 36. So our slope will now be equal to 150 minus 190. So 10 to the power minus 2 will cancel each other. Then we are going to be left with slope, which is 150 minus 90, which is 60. So divided by 60 minus 36, we have 24. So conclusively, our S, which is our slope, will be equal to 2.5. So that should be the value of our slope. The next thing is to evaluate eta, which is equal to slope minus 1. So don't forget, the value of our slope is 2.5. So minus 1, 2.5 minus 1. So we have the value of 1.5. So that is the value. So the next thing for us to do is to look at the precautions that we take to ensure accurate results. So the first precaution is that I place the optical pins at least 5 centimeters apart in order to obtain the best tracing of the path of the refracted rays of light. And the second one is I use a well-sharpened pencil to avoid thick lines in tracing the path of the light rays.